Good evening, everyone. My name is Ann Poe, and I'm running at large for Cedar Rapids City Council. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm born and raised in Cedar Rapids, lived here probably 99% of my life. My family home, which sits on the west side of the Cedar River, was flood impacted. My parents owned that property, I think, for around 70 years. My brother bought it from my dad about 5 years prior to the flood. And so we lived the disaster firsthand in the flood of 2008. I had the opportunity over the last 3 years to work for the Rebuild Iowa office. During that time, I was the community liaison between the community of Cedar Rapids and the state of Iowa. I worked with the Linn County Board of Supervisors. I worked with United Way. I worked with flood-impacted landlords. I worked with the Flood Small Business Task Force, and I sat at about 95% of the city council meetings, including budget meetings, community development meetings, any meeting that took place in this community as related to flood disaster recovery, I was there. That was kind of a permanent fixture, might I say. I've had the opportunity in my life to live in every quadrant of this city. I feel as though I truly am a citizen of the community because I've had that opportunity over the years. I am passionate about Cedar Rapids. I feel as though we are one community. We are homeowners and business owners working together. The east side and the west side working together. All of the neighborhoods coming together and working together with one positive community. Folks, it should be us against the world right now. We still have so much work to do for flood recovery that I strongly believe that we, as a community, need to come together, rally ourselves, and move us forward to finish out the business of our recovery. Therefore, I believe very strongly in some form of flood protection on both sides of the river. I think it's critical for the growth and reinvestment on the west side of the river. I think if we have flood protection on the west side of the river, you'd see many members of our community wanting to reinvest in both businesses and housing. I think it's important that we protect the east side of the river. We can't pick up our downtown and move it. But when I think about downtown, it's not just the east side. I'm a west side girl. I grew up on the west side. Right now I live on the east side because it's close to my kids. But I'd like to take a pin and put it right smack dab in the middle of the Cedar River and draw a big circle around it and say, that's our downtown. And I believe that, and I believe it firmly. And that's the part we need to focus on when we think about a balanced approach to economic development. I also believe very strongly that we need to reinvest in our streets. I think we need to take a look at the city budget and determine where monies can be shifted and find a way to get our streets back in good shape. I had a friend that came into town the other day from Des Moines, and he called me pretty infuriated. He said, you know something, your streets are so bad. He said, I'm going to send you guys a bill for realigning my car. I think it was kind of at that point. Excuse me. I have to put on my glasses. Can't see anything anymore. As I said, over the last 3 years, I think the one thing that has come across more than anything is it really is time for a positive community. It's time for all of us to rally, to work together, and I feel so strongly about that. And I really have a great belief that we need sound neighborhoods that are well protected. I'm extremely proud of Cedar Rapids. I'm proud of our police force and our fire department. I think you guys do a stellar job. And I'm amazed. I love the new facility over in the Wellington Heights area. I think that's a wonderful area. That's a wonderful operation. And I sure would like to see that. If we could afford to do it, wouldn't it be great to put one of those in every single neighborhood in Cedar Rapids? You could get the community involved, and people could talk to each other. And I think that's really important. I think you need to be able to bring people together, and we need to be able to sit down and talk and communicate. And so as we move forward, I wish you would support my campaign for moving us forward, and I thank you again for your time this evening.